all the time as far as what's the philosophy of the general manager. And I think the general manager, because the public pressure on him to be able to do something, L. Bell being one of the top free agents on the market, we knew he would fetch a high price. But Adam Gase, as far as what I want to do as an offense and how I want to attack the defense, I don't want a running back like that. He didn't say I don't want a running back like Le'Veon Bell, but I don't want a running back that I have to pay that much of the cap to. There's no team in the NFL that has more dollars appropriated to the running back and the linebacker more than the Jets. So I can understand from a philosophy standpoint, I'm not going to spend. If you look at Adam Gase, how he ran his offenses in Miami, he typically used 2 or 3 running backs. He likes to have one guy to be a pounder, and he likes to have a couple guys that he can throw to, run reverses to. That's the way he coaches. So it's a style. Saying I'm not going to put that type of resource into a running back where I can use, especially around the league. We have seen it done more times than not where guys go by committee compared to investing. That's why L. Bell had a problem with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, they like L. Bell's skills, but they didn't think the position warranted that types of dollars going to it. So I understand. But also, the way the Jets do things, this is why New England's been dominant. Yeah. All right? The Jets, Buffalo, Miami. Oh, man, they gift-wrapped all those division championships. Oh, just take that. Take home field advantage. That's why they win 12 games, 11 games every year. That's why Vegas has them winning the most games of any NFL team.
Adam Gase wasn't good enough to coach Miami, but he's evidently good enough to run the whole Jets operation right now. And I'm a process over results guy. I always have been. And I understand that sometimes if you want to make a GM change, you keep your scouting staff in place through the draft because they've done all that work. I get that part of it. But having the timeline of this is what bothers me. Mike Maccagnan made moves that we've seen GMs make when they think their job might be on the line. I'm going to give C.J. Mosley double the guaranteed money Luke Kuechly got. He tried to pay Anthony Barr a boatload of money. Anthony Barr took it and then said, I'll go back to Minnesota. I'll make Le'Veon Bell highest paid, most guaranteed money ever for a running back. Those might be good moves, but they're definitely at least somewhat desperate moves. You make those because it's like, man, if we don't win this year, I'm fired anyway, so it's not going to be my problem, the cap situation. To let a guy do that and then fire him, it's so illogical, and this is where it goes.
Because you want him to see the year through.
Well, or just don't let him do it.
Yeah.
Or if Adam Gase is your guy, if you say we're gonna embolden Adam Gase, then guess what? If he doesn't think you should spend money on a running back, then don't spend money on a running back. This, to me, this is an ownership flaw, not flaw, but a mistake by ownership.
Yes.
When you hire Adam Gase and he tells you his organization.
So who hired Adam Gase? The general manager or the owner?
Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
And so, because Woody's not the managing partner anymore, Chris Johnson. And the way it was set up, what I read is it wasn't coach reports to GM reports to owner. It was they both funnel into the owner. So once you hire Adam Gase, if you know Maccagnan might be on the hot seat, I don't think Maccagnan can give Le'Veon Bell, especially a player as pseudo-controversial as Le'Veon Bell, that contract without running it by the owner. And that's when the owner has to decide, do I agree with this philosophy or that philosophy? And if it's the coach's philosophy, then tell Maccagnan no or fire him then. But don't let a guy build a team in his...
Well, this is what I think happened in that situation. Adam Gase said, I don't agree with it, but I'll make it work. Like, I can make it work because I'm a good football coach. But from a philosophy standpoint, moving forward, this is what I would like to do. This is how I would spend the resources. So that's how you're able to get someone like L. Bell on the roster.
And we've seen this. This is Miami. You mentioned Miami. Miami years ago did a very similar thing. I think it was when Jeff Ireland was the GM, which was, hey, oh my gosh, like this could be my last year. I got to make a splash. Hey, Ndamukong Suh, take all the money. Mike Wallace, take all the money. These desperate moves, because it's in the NBA, what you see is guys trade future draft picks. Like, okay, we got to win right now.
Absolutely.
I'll trade Detroit. I like Stan Van Gundy. Hey, take all these picks, do all this. We'll take on Blake Griffin's albatross of a contract, because if we don't win right now, I'm out of a job anyway. That'll be someone else's problem. You can't give a guy the power to ruin the foundation of your house. And by the way, I think Le'Veon Bell's a good player, but they clearly have a different philosophy, and then he's not going to have to see it through. So if he'd have been fired in January, would anyone have batted an eye?
No, I believe Adam Gase believes that Le'Veon Bell is a great player. It's just a philosophy.
Right.
You tell me this all the time. I tell you something, it's fact. I got it backed up by stuff. You look at me like, hey, Chris, it's a different philosophy. Like, okay.
Right. You can see the same thing and believe different things.
Right.
And so it's not, I don't think Le'Veon should take this as he doesn't think you're a good player. It's just where you want to spend your money. You know what I mean?
Well, now they're going to have to figure out a way to make sure that he is part of the system that Adam Gase is going to use moving forward. All right, let's take a break. Coming up, is Tiger about to win back-to-back majors? Let's talk some golf next on